Welcome to Running a Fever. This is a show about fitness, diet, and medicine. My name is Michael Davis. My goal is to live a long, healthy, happy, active life right up to the very end. If that's your goal, you're in the right place. We'll get there together. Well, this is my triumphant return to Hobbs State Park in Arkansas. It's an Arkansas state park. And I've just been to the visitor center, which has changed quite a bit, I think, since the last time I was there. The only thing I remember about last time, and I did a YouTube video on my last visit. It was probably 6 or 7 years ago. I don't know the episode number, but I'm guessing it's in the 100 to 150, something like that. So check that out if you like. But the last time I was here, the only thing I remember about the visitor center is them having skins of dead animals stretched out. And you had to guess. There was a game of guessing what skin belonged to which animal. So that was interesting. But this time, there's quite a lot of, it's a big sort of museum-style display with also various animals and plants and also some implements of things that from the past, like the railroad and Native Americans and farming, I guess you'd say. There's an ox, whatever you call the thing you strap oxes to, hook oxes to pull something. So it's very interesting, and I also found out that it's this Hobbs State Park. They call it Hobbs State Park and Conservation Area, and it's the largest state park in Arkansas. It's over 12,000 acres, and of course, being so large, it does have highways going through it. I think you can hear it, but really it's probably the wind, this Arkansas wind that we have here in northwest Arkansas on the border of Tornado Alley. So, but it's a pretty short distance between the visitor center. It looks long on the map, but it's just like a 5-minute drive from the visitor center to this trailhead. This is the Shaddox Hollow Trail, and it has white blazes, as you can see. I just was producing the episode on Mount Magazine State Park, and their blazes were not that good. It just occurred to me that I'm going pretty steep downhill, which means it's going to be uphill on the way back. I probably should have gone the other way, but it doesn't really matter, because either way you're going to go down and then up. So pretty good visitor center. Probably, maybe another time I'll do video of that. And so you can see a little more. I'm pretty sure I'll be back here. I did get my passport stamp, which I may be able to show you a picture of right now. I got the Arkansas State Parks passport, and there are 52 state parks, and you get a stamp at each one, just like in a passport you get stamps at different countries. And yeah, so there are 52 state parks, like I said, and if you go to them all, you become a member of the 52 Club or something like that. Anyway, it's a nice little thing, and each state park has their own unique stamp. I got this at Mount Magazine. It was pre-stamped. And then I've gotten my second stamp here a little over 2 months later at Hobbs State Park. So I don't have to get the stamp again, but I'm sure I will be back here again because there are something like 24 miles of trails for hiking and other uses. I've been walking for 10 minutes, says my watch. We'll see how many steps I get today, but this trail is only about 1.5 miles. So, man, this does look kind of treacherous. This is marked as an easy to moderate trail for hikers, but there's a steep drop off here. They do have a toilet right here at the trailhead, which I took advantage of, and it's not a running water toilet. It's maybe composting. Well, the thing is, I didn't think you could put urine in a composting toilet, so I don't know. Kind of scary because the hole is as big as a regular toilet, so you know, a kid could fall in there and maybe not be able to get out. I don't know. I didn't drop anything. I didn't fall in, so that's good. But if I misstepped here, I might be in trouble because it's a steep way down. So anyway, easy to moderate. That's what this is supposed to be. I'm already feeling it in my legs, out of shape as I am, just like I was at Mount Magazine. Although I did 3 trails there, so not too bad. They were easy to moderate. And now on the other side of this little ravine, gorge, I'm not sure what the difference is. One is probably larger than the other. Or maybe they're just different names for the same thing. Who knows? Look it up. Ask Alexa. I wonder what happens if you're listening, like if you're listening to this podcast on your Amazon Echo device, and I say the name of the lady which starts with A, what happens? Does she respond? Interesting. I do have Amazon Echo devices in my house. Don't really listen to podcasts on them, but I have checked, and the Running a Fever podcast is available, and shouldn't have to pay for it because I'm not getting paid anything for it. So I think all you'd have to do is say, Alexa, play Running a Fever podcast. And man, this is a tough trail. Maybe not tough in terms of hiking, but in terms of physical exertion, just because of the incline. Maybe this one will be more gradual. Hope so. As I speak, it's February 2025. And today, temperature is in the low 60s right now, which is, 9:30, 9:30, something like that in the morning. Well, I've got a watch. It's 9:20. So, it's supposed to get up to 74 today. And this is what I just found out, that this is what they call a false spring. Because it's spring weather in the middle of winter. And we are literally in the middle of winter. This is February, so. But it's very comfortable right now. No hats, no hood. No gloves. I'm actually wearing an old pair of jeans today. Normally would be wearing sweatpants, but I figured these old jeans are kind of loose. They're probably okay to hike in. Got a hole in the back, but it's pretty small. I'm gonna stop here at the top of this rise and just stop and rest for a minute. So that's Fashion Report. We got the standard 2009 Red Sox playoffs hoodie on, and it's getting kind of warm at this point. One layer underneath, and then in addition to the old jeans, I'm wearing the old Tom's hiking boots, which are still serviceable enough. As I look at the tread, still got some tread on it. They're definitely worn, but I've worn them a lot. And I'll try to keep going here. Feeling the muscles in my legs here. It's going to be a good workout by the time I get done. It's going to feel good. Took the day off. It's a Monday. Oh, man. Slippery rocks. There's a little, not really a cave, just kind of like a crack in the wall, but it's pretty deep. Probably some animals in there. I did see a display about the different bats that are native to Arkansas. There's one called the gray bat. It's, I believe it's endangered, maybe not officially endangered, but it only lives in caves. It only lives in specific types of caves at a specific temperature. So only about 1% of Arkansas's caves are suitable for this bat. And there's dripping on my left. Has rained a little bit in the last few days, but also had some sun. It's not really muddy here, except in certain areas. Terribly muddy, but there is mud. And I'm not sure if this is the same trail we took last time. It's a 1.5-mile trail, easy to moderate. So makes sense. It's kind of the first choice. Also, recovering from a bout with COVID had me with a lot of sinus congestion and just general weakness. So I was a little concerned about coming out here today, but then I remembered my trip to Mount Magazine, and I didn't feel like I was in good shape there, but I did fine. Did 3 different trails in 3 days. So I said I could probably risk it. I had no idea that there are 24 miles of trails here. And some of them are marked easy, although I don't know if I'd call this one easy. There's not a lot of rocks. There's some roots to step over. Some crossing the entire path. Returning to the fashion report, I do have some new boots that are probably suitable for hiking. Still kind of breaking them in. Doc Martens, Martens. And I've got a little bridge here. Across a little creek or branch or whatever you want to call it. Partially dry. Plenty of bright white blazes on this trail, which is really good. Not that there's any ambiguity about where you're going. This part of the trail is pretty easy, lots of gravel. Almost paved in a way. Fairly wide, no treacherous inclines on the side of the trail. And speaking of Tornado Alley, I told you earlier, we're on the border of Tornado Alley here in northwest Arkansas. A couple years ago, there was a pretty bad tornado that came through. It landed within a mile of my house, and apparently it destroyed some of the trails here. And so I asked the guy at the visitor center for a trail map, and he gave me one, and then he said, look at that board over there. That tells you the trails that are actually open because all the other ones are closed due to tornado damage. So I am serious when I say we're in an area prone to tornadoes. You can see the hills over there, hills over here with the rocks. And, well, we're kind of in the middle of things here. I thought I'd mention, did you know that 90% of the people who watch our videos on YouTube and listen to our podcasts on YouTube are not subscribers? 90%. And subscribing, let me tell you how it helps us. It helps us by giving the algorithm that, the search algorithm is what they call it, that YouTube uses to tell people what they think they might want to watch. There's a split here, but I see the blaze on the left side. So I'm going on the left. The search algorithm decides what you see in those recommended videos. So this helps us to show up more if we have more subscribers, more views, more time that people watch the videos or listen to the podcast. So that, in turn, helps us reach more people, and that's really the goal of this thing. Other than my own selfish goal of helping me, motivating me to be more serious about my health and take care of myself and exercise and do some healthy diet and all of that good stuff. That's my selfish reason for this. But I also want to help people and reach people. If anybody is helped by this show, whether it's the videos or the audio portion, that's part of the happiness part of the long, healthy, happy, active life that I'm seeking. So, you want to make me happy? Click the subscribe button. That's all you have to do. One click and you're there. Not asking for anything more than that. And I'm seeing here another split, but fortunately there's a blue blaze on the left, a white blaze on the right, so I'm going right. I don't know if it said that in the guide or not, but when I started on the trail at the trailhead, the first blaze I saw was white. So I've been following that. And we're going up. All right, advertisement over. are climbing. So glad I got out today. Almost stumbled there, caught myself. Rest for just a second. Big rock. Looks like it's supported, you can see that, by nothing. Levitating in the air, maybe cantilevered. Like it could fall any minute. See a little crack in there. So I know I've got at least 10 or 12 feet in elevation to go up. There's a lot more about Hobbs State Park and the origin of Shaddox Hollow Trail that I'm on right now. And I will put those data in the show notes /blog/description. If it's not in the description, there would be a link that you can click to go to the blog. And if you go to runningatfever.com, you'll be able to see every episode. And there's links to the YouTube videos for those episodes. And you can play the audio part right there on the site just by clicking a button. So just a little convenience tip for you. All right, well, got a steep staircase, and this looks kind of familiar. And there are no blazes here. But it doesn't look like that trail goes anywhere. Staircase. Dead end trail. Which one are we going on? Well, it's not a dead end. Should have brought the trail map with me, I guess, but I'm going to go up the stairs. I think I remember doing this last time. Quicker, not necessarily easier. And no railing to hang on to. I think maybe that trail was the easier, softer way. Maybe not. I don't know. I couldn't really see. Still going uphill. So another, gosh, I don't know, maybe 50 feet to go vertically. Easy to moderate. Wow. Wonder what the difficult ones are like. Maybe I'll find out someday. Oh, we got to be near the end. We're going up. It's a fake name. Select the fake spring that we have today. Fake difficulty level. It's all right though. It's good to stretch your boundaries. That's the sun coming through. Driving here was surprisingly easy from where I live. It took about 45-50 minutes. Thought I was going to have to go through morning rush hour traffic, but because the last time I came from the other direction, I went to Rogers, I went out Highway 12, and that's how I got here. Turn off on, well, it's right on to Highway 12. The visitor center is. This trailhead is on Arkansas 303. I need some serious hydration when I get back. Trudging the road. So this route, and I just entered it. I didn't have any maps or anything, just entered it in the navigation of my computer, Hobbs State Park. And it took me around the back way, which was much easier. Very little traffic. And by the way, when I pulled in and went into the visitor center, I was the only one there. I think it was rather busy last time I was there. Might have seen some people on the trail too. Nobody there. Didn't meet anybody on the trail either. So, if you live in Arkansas, take the western route, go out 412. Unless you actually live in Rogers, which means you should probably just take 12 out. Not only are there highways going through the park, there are what looks like private residences. So people live here just like they do Mount Nebo. And if you're looking for some hiking for fitness reasons, for happiness reasons, psychological reasons, I can highly recommend Hobbs State Park in Arkansas. You can go to arkansasstateparks.com. I think it's .com. And find out a lot about this park and about the other ones. I've been to several now. Devil's Den, Nebo, Hobbs, Mount Magazine. But I just scratched the surface of what you can learn. Now you can hear the highway. It's not quite 10 o'clock yet. But it is Monday. This section of road, of the trail, is pretty easy, and it's fairly long, so I can understand why they said easy to moderate, but I still don't know if moderate's the correct word for the inclines and declines that we had earlier. Actually glad I went the other way. So I had more energy when I did those ups and downs. This trail was supposedly named after a guy named Shaddox. Shaddox Hollow Trail. And there's something in the trail guide that mentions that. I'll put that in the blog as well. Oh, I see the end of the trail. At long last. Moral of the story is, I need to do more walking, folks. I need to get in better shape. But we did another state park. We did another trail. Mission accomplished. I wonder if these guys, these trucks and the chainsaws I hear, are cleaning up from the tornado. It takes years to clear away the wreckage of a tornado. Maybe our last blaze there. So thank you for listening and watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this. Please let me know in the comments if you've ever been here and have an experience you want to share. If you're planning to go here, maybe this changed your mind one way or the other. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say. These state park episodes are pretty popular, so I know there are a lot of people watching. So, with that said, remember, if you got the fever, keep it. If you don't, flatten. Catch it!